West Point class of 2000, for a very special presentation. Major Ramos, you may come up to the stage with me, and thank you for being here.
Lemelin, are you here? Yes, stand over here. Thank you and good evening. My name is Major Daniel Ramos, and I'm here today representing the United States Military Academy at West Point, New York. Before I begin, I would like to ask that if there are any audience members that have served in the military, I'd like to ask you to stand, please. Thank you for your service. The mission of West Point is to educate, train, and inspire the Corps of Cadets so that each graduate is a commissioned leader of character, committed to the values of duty, honor, country, and prepared for a career of professional excellence and service to the nation as an officer in the United States Army. I would like you to meet one of your classmates and neighbors who is stepping up to accept the challenges of the West Point mission, Jake Lemelin. Each year, young men and women across the country and globally apply for admission to West Point. This year's incoming class is up to 1,200 students. They were accepted out of over 15,000 applicants. Those who are accepted will spend the next 4 years at the historic West Point, considered one of the world's premier leadership institutions, a place where famous leaders such as President Eisenhower, Generals MacArthur, Grant, Lee, Patton, and Schwarzkopf are among its graduates. A place where much of the history we teach is made by the people we taught. In addition to leadership, West Point is highly recognized as one of the nation's top academic institutions for liberal arts and engineering, and is often compared to Harvard, Yale, and other Ivy League schools as far as the caliber of education provided to its students. Along with academic and leadership development, West Point cadets also undergo rigorous physical training, military science, and moral and ethical training to develop those attributes necessary to become a commissioned officer and leader of character for our soldiers, for our Army, and our nation. For all this extensive training and development, the scholarship being awarded to Jake is valued at over $300,000. Jake is a great example of the young Americans West Point seeks to lead our soldiers in the United States Army. They are well-rounded and at the top of their peer groups in 3 areas: academics, leadership, and athletics. Academically, the average ACT score for an incoming class at West Point is 32. The equivalent SAT score is 1420. Athletically, almost 90% of the typical class have earned varsity letters, and another 60% are team captains. Regarding leadership, many students entering West Point were also Eagle Scouts, Gold Award winners, girls or boys state representatives, or president of their class, student body, or club. Jake has demonstrated high levels of achievement in all the areas mentioned. Upon graduation from West Point, Jake will become a member of the noblest profession in the world, an active duty officer in the United States Army. As an officer, he will be entrusted with the responsibility of leading our sons and daughters across the world. In these trying times, it is important that we all realize the magnitude of this responsibility. And Jake has proven individually that he has what it takes to succeed at West Point and in the Army. I am confident that Jake will do a great job at West Point, and I know his family, friends, and community are already very proud of him. So, on behalf of the President of the United States and the Superintendent of West Point, it gives me great pleasure to present Jake Lemelin with his certificate of appointment to the West Point class of 2020.